This one's turned out pretty good, I think. I'm literally talking to nobody but you, I mean, you're somebody, but you're not here. Hey everybody, today we are gonna make keto banana poppy seed pancakes. The poppy seeds are optional, of course, but they do add a fun little extra flavor. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is almond flour. And then we're gonna add some baking powder, just a pinch of salt, and of course your poppy seeds. And again, those are completely optional. If you don't want to use them, you can leave them out. Mix it up. Okay, so let's set that aside and mix up our wet ingredients. So we're gonna start with some eggs that I've already beaten just a little bit. And the recipe calls for about a half a cup of almond milk. You can use a little bit more if you want your batter a little bit runnier. I like to start with a half a cup and then you can always add more later if you want to. And then we're gonna use some vanilla. So that was about a teaspoon of vanilla, and now we're gonna use banana flavoring. And if you've never used this before, it is so much fun to use. It smells good and it tastes good for things like banana pancakes and keto banana pudding. It's amazing in. So about 2 teaspoons of that. And then lastly, I like to add just a few drops of liquid stevia. I usually add about 5. But you can add as much or as little as you want to. So then I'm gonna mix that up. All right, now we're just gonna combine the two batters. You wanna put your wet ingredients into the dry. And give it a good mix. Okay, so that's a pretty good consistency. You can see it's pretty liquidy, but it's still got some substance to it. I like to use a 1/4 cup as a measuring device for the pancakes. I'm gonna use a griddle. And this is, it allows you to make a whole bunch at one time. So it's already preheated. We're gonna spray it a little bit. I use avocado spray. All right, so you use a 1/4 cup for your mix. And if you find your batter is too thick, as I said, you can always add in a little bit more almond milk if you want to, but this looks pretty good. So you can just kind of lift up one of the edges to see if they're done, and those look perfect. I'm not the best at flipping pancakes. It's kind of an art. All right. Now, if you want your pancakes a little bit thicker, you can always add just a little bit less almond milk, and that's gonna make them a little bit thicker. But these are kind of the perfect size for pancakes, and I like them to be this consistency. I don't like them to be too thick. All right, so there we have it. Our first 4 pancakes. This recipe makes between 8 and 10, or between 8 and 12, depending upon how big you make them and how much almond milk are in there. But you can serve them with syrup, you can serve them with chocolate chips. Shredded coconut is super good, or just plain old fashioned butter. Okay, so I was all done filming, but I wanted to show you guys that this recipe makes 12 perfect pancakes. I have 10 on here from my last batch, and I have my last 2 right here.
11.
There you have it. It makes 11 pancakes. 1 for your husband.